Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Bible Study Minute. Today we're taking a look at Isaiah chapters 52 and 53. And in these chapters, we are given the prophecy of the suffering servant. And what we've seen in Isaiah up to this point is God is working to accomplish salvation, and he's going to do it in such a way that the entire world knows that he is God and he is the one that's bringing salvation. And we see the salvation being worked through the prophecy of the suffering servant. So the suffering servant is someone that comes on the scene that is going to be beaten and crushed and die in place of the people whose sins are being atoned for. So he is dying in place of the people who should be dying for their sins, and he's bearing their iniquity and taking it on himself, even though he has done nothing wrong to deserve this. But what we see towards the end of Isaiah chapter 53 is that God was pleased to do this, and he's pleased to do this because this was his plan the entire time. And because that was his plan, once this work is done, he raises the suffering servant back up and gives him all those whose sins were atoned for through this work. And we see that he was interceding for those who were in rebellion against God. And not only that, he identified with them. And ultimately what we see happening here is this points us to Jesus Christ in his work on the cross. Jesus Christ is the suffering servant. So that's what I want you to focus on today as you take a look at this passage, is see how this passage points us to Christ and what he did and how he lived his life. And then just be grateful that God has brought salvation to us in this way, that we can see the suffering servant who has borne our sins so that we can have a right relationship with God. So that's all I have for now. Until next time, grace and peace.